China is on a mission to increase its dominance in the South Pacific region. The Asian nation's bid to expand its orbit is troubling the West. China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi, who is leading the country's agenda in the South Pacific, has managed to sign bilateral agreement with yet another island. Out of the 10 islands that China is eyeing, Samoa became the second island that has agreed for greater collaborations with Beijing. The Samoan government confirmed that the leadership of both nations discussed climate change, the pandemic, and peace and security. Keeping the details of the deal under wraps, the Samoan government further added China would continue to provide infrastructural development support, and there would be a new framework for future projects. This comes amid Wang Yi's 8-day tour to the South Pacific Islands. The Chinese foreign minister has already visited Solomon Islands and Kiribati earlier this week. Fiji, Tonga, Vanuatu, and Papua New Guinea, as well as the East Timor, are next on his schedule. Beijing has already signed a security pact with the Solomon Islands that surprised the West and other regional leaders. China has already warned against the Western interference in its ideals. Now, let us understand why China's 5-year agreement with the South Pacific nations is troubling the West. Now, China's increased dominance may pose a direct security threat to other countries, as China would get a chance to train local police. It will also get access to cybersecurity networks of the region, and this will help the country in expanding its footprint in the South Pacific region, which is seen as a key area for the US and its allies. To counter the Chinese influence and to woo the regional partners, Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong too has embarked on a South Pacific trip. The West has now warned the islands against China's security pacts, with the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken sending a strong message that China needs to adhere to international laws.
We are not looking for conflict or a new Cold War. To the contrary, we're determined to avoid both. We don't seek to block China from its role as a major power, nor to stop China, or any other country for that matter, from growing their economy or advancing the interests of their people. But we will defend and strengthen the international law, agreements, principles, and institutions that maintain peace and security, protect the rights of individuals and sovereign nations, and make it possible for all countries, including the United States and China, to coexist and cooperate.
Taiwan conducts its annual missile drills in the island's eastern waters to test its combat readiness and demonstrate the might of its armed forces. The island nation's Navy headquarters released footage of its 4-day-long exercise showing various types of anti-air and anti-ship missiles, including a US-made Standard missile that could be seen launching from warships and Coast Guard patrol boats. Taiwan also showcased its self-made Brave Wind anti-ship missiles, a French-made Mika anti-air missile, and Skybow surface-to-air missile. Now, these missiles were launched from the Zhupeng military base in the southern city of Pingtung. Taiwan's Navy said that these drills were aimed at testing joint forces combat readiness and demonstrating the troops' determination for protecting the island. The drills come at a time when Beijing called out the United States for allegedly attempting to contain China by using Taiwan, saying that it's nothing but wishful thinking. China's Defense Ministry spokesperson said, and I quote, "There is only one China in the world and Taiwan is an inalienable part of China." He further warned the US, saying those clamoring to make the Chinese mainland pay a price should get prepared to pay the price themselves. The United States has been trying to hollow out the One China principle that includes Taiwan as a part of its territory. The recent remarks by US President Joe Biden during his visit to Asia fueled the tensions in the region. Biden said that the US will stand by its commitment to Taiwan and will provide military support to the island nation if the need arises.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.